Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fresh Coffee Tarot. I want to appreciate the new subscribers that I have. I'm up to 39. Let's see if I can break 40. So please like, subscribe, and share. I'm here. I do this for you all. Not everything will resonate in this reading, but please take what will and then discard the rest. But the question we're going to ask today is, what should have your full attention? Okay? Or discover what should have your attention. You might be overlooking this, or you may need to understand what it is you're already giving your attention to. Okay? This won't resonate with everybody, but keep what does and discard the rest. So let's begin with our little sound bowl. So we do a little bit of sound healing, and then we'll get started. Let's clear that energy. All right, that really works well. That's over here. Okay, so the question then becomes, what should you be focusing your energy on? What should you be giving it your attention? These already have been shuffled. Let's see what we have in the oracle. That will give us some clue. Kindness, forgiveness, understanding. Okay, I'll put this over here so you can see it on camera. Kindness, forgiveness, understanding. Meditation, practice, religious practice, mindfulness. And you're definitely going to need it if you're going to be forgiving someone. Dislike or hate. I think you really need to be definitive if someone's a friend or foe. I think you really need to know what you like or don't like, because I think you have trouble saying no. I'm really getting that sense. Forgive me here. Forgive me for this. I'm going to have to adjust this. Or move it this way. Apologize. Sorry about that. We had it fixed, situated. Way back in the camera. Okay. So you need to know what you like, what you don't like. You need to be able to say no. You need to know your boundaries. Okay. And let's see what else we have. Last one. Let's take the bottom one. Try to find something out. Do some research. I wonder what that's about. Okay. So let's see what we got. We'll clarify with this deck, and this will be our first deck over here. Oops, sorry. So here we go. What does the collective need to be focusing on? What needs their attention right now? What is most important right now in their life? First card out. The Fool. Okay, start a new journey. We'll go through that. Six of Swords. Moving on. Avoiding conflict. Yep, and here's the conflict right here. There's already the Five of Swords. So you tend to get out of conflict, and you tend to find yourself back in conflict. So I want you to understand that, okay? God, I gotta fix this. I'm so sorry. Is it working better? Yeah, well, it's going to have to be the best. Okay. Sorry about that. This looks so crooked. That works. That works for me. Okay, sorry about that. So, okay. You get out of conflict and you find yourself back in conflict. This is because you don't know how to say no. The dislike and the hate. Queen of Swords. Yeah, you're trying to get into this King of energy. You're trying to get into this King of Sword energy. But you need to understand that it's okay to learn from your past. But if you're going to stay in this energy, you need to be consistent in who you're going to be. Okay? Your priorities can't keep changing. Or your standards, for that matter. Six of Wands, good news, right? Public recognition, victory, progress, self-confidence. Competition, rivalry, more conflict. It seems like every time you get a sense of peace, look what happens. You end up in conflict. I feel like you're surrounding yourself with people that I think you have people around you that are very jealous. I'm getting that sense. King of Wands. Again, this is okay. The irony here, not the irony, but the coincidence is just. This is like winning the lottery. This is crazy. 6-5 King. 6-5 King. And I shuffled these cards. What are the odds? So I'm going to explain to you what I'm getting with this. And finally, let's go with one more here. Okay. So we have the Six of Pentacles. Let me explain what I'm seeing. You're meditating here because you want to start new. You want to have the mindset to start over, and you don't want to feel like the world's against you. You don't want to feel like people are against you. So you try to move away from the conflict. Here's the problem. Every time you try to go and stand up for yourself or do something, you find yourself in conflict because the people you surround yourself with don't want you to be independent. They don't want you to speak up for yourself. So then you get into this sword energy, right? Where you're like, I know what I want. I know what I'm going to stand for, X, Y, Z. And then you feel victorious because you're like, I made my boundaries. I have, I know my limits. I know what I'm going to allow people to do and what not to do. But then guess what? Those same two people here that dropped these swords, that you took your swords away, they come back and they argue with you. And it's because you allow them in. Maybe they give you some sad story, or where they tell you they didn't really mean it, or you misunderstood them. But you also need to understand that the Five of Swords means that you're all equal. Okay? And you shouldn't take their opinion, because I feel like you're taking opinion of people who haven't done the work. Like, if you're trying to get, let's just say you're trying to get a PhD, or you're trying to work a second job, or you're trying to do something that's about stability or productivity or abundance, they don't know that because they don't live in that energy, but you do. And they fight with you, and you let them fight with you, and you need to realize these people have nothing to offer you. I don't even think these people are your friends. I think they like to steal your energy and leech off of you. Because every time, again, after you have this quarrel with them and you stand your ground, you go back to the King of Wands energy. And then look what happens. You kind of go back to this idea of giving to people. And this isn't just money. This is about giving time, energy, resources. So there's a little bit of a cyclical cycle. I mean, it's very cyclical. There's a cycle here in the sense that you want to give. This is who you are. And you probably also, when we say this, you probably also hate that about yourself. You're a giving person. You're a loving person. But people tend to just take. And I think this is why you need to understand about the kindness and forgiveness. Because kindness and forgiveness doesn't mean that people, that you stay mad. It isn't just that you stay mad at people, but it also doesn't mean that they have a place in your life. And I think you confuse that. And this is what you're really trying to do. You're trying to really meditate. Is it okay for me to move on past these people? And I think this is what you've been searching for. This is what the research is about. Like, what kind of person does it make me if I move on and just completely cut them out of my life? And here's the funny part. You know how to move up and become in this very productive energy. This King of Swords and this King of Wands. Okay? You know how to do that. Here's the problem. When you get in this King of Sword energy, right when you fight them off, people are attracted to this because you have your priorities in order. You have them in your mind, what's important, what's not. You start living a great life, and then people come back because you know what? They want what you have. And then you come back in this energy, right? They get off. You come back in this energy, then guess what? You're not only just, your priorities are straight, you're becoming very attractive. You give a lot of sexual energy off because people like that you are mature, your priorities in order, you're handling your business, you're getting it done, and you have a lot of things to give, and they see that, and bam. It's like sometimes you exit, but most of the time you end up right back in the cycle again. You're like, I'll give them another chance. They can come on this journey with me. That's what I'm really getting here. So let's clarify this. Six of Cups. So when you start this journey, you often want to start a completely different journey with different people, but then you're always a lot in this energy of like, well, we did have fun last time we traveled together, or we had fun last time we made up, and all that stuff. So this is you repeating the same cycle. You need to get out of the cycle. You're not learning what you're supposed to. That's why you get 6-5 king, 6-5 king, because you repeat the same cycle. It's literally like a double loop on a roller coaster, right? You get out of one loop and you think it's over, and you get into another loop, and then it comes right back around and you're back in the same loops. Just because you upgrade from the King of Swords to the King of Wands, You then create the same mistake and you come back. You've got to get out of this. You need to quit. Yes, you had some good times, but that doesn't mean that you guys are meant to be friends or whatever it is. What is this Six of Swords? Judgment. Yeah. You realize that you need to do different things. You cast judgment on the friendships or the family or the work thing or whatever it is. You cast judgment and realize, I don't need this. I do not need this. And so look what you do. Look what you do. You move on. Because you try different things. You try to be in different energy. What is this Five of Swords? Queen of Cups. You hold these 5 swords from these people because you know your emotions. You know how you're feeling. You no longer let other people tell you how to feel. You no longer let people guilt you. You no longer let people manipulate you emotionally. And this is when you're standing in your power, and this is how you become the King of Swords. What else do we have for this King of Swords? King of Wands. You cannot make this shit up. 6-5 King, 6-5 King, King of Swords, King of Wands. I'm gonna lose it if this turns out to be a King of Swords. This is literally saying that you get your priorities in ready because you're always wanting to stay in this energy, and you love this energy, but you hate when you lose it, and you lose it because you are just a loving nature person. Like it is your nature. Let me say it better. It is your nature to want to give. It is your nature to want to help people. It is your nature to forgive and forget and heal the world. But people abuse you, and you need to understand. You're not there to fix everyone's problem. If someone can't fix a problem, you can't help someone who doesn't want to help themselves. You can't make a horse drink if you take it to water. You need to understand that because this is what you're always aiming for. Okay? What is this 6 of Wands? The Emperor. When you finally pull away from them, you feel so empowered. You're so productive. You get so many things done. But this is what attracts everybody because they're like, I want to be royalty. I want what royalty has. I want those riches. I want that success. I want that abundance. I want that prosperity. So everyone comes and tries to take their share that they haven't worked for. Strength. It takes a lot of strength for you to even entertain I hate to say this, the bullshit that people come to you with. Like, oh, well, why did you quit talking to me? I can't believe you got upset over that. Or, oh my God, like, you just blew up over nothing. I don't really, like, we've worked through our problem. Like, people give you every damn excuse under the sun, and you sit there and you listen to them because you're a kind person. That's who you are. You need to learn boundaries. You need to learn to say no. What is this King of Wands? When it comes to the King of Wands, you create so much opportunity for you that sometimes I feel like you get overwhelmed. And you want to go back and ask people for their opinion of what you should do. But the irony about the King, not the King of Wands, the 7 of Cups here, sorry, the 7 of Cups. The irony about the 7 of Cups here is that they're not all good choices. If you notice, there's only one cup here. Only one cup with the stars around it. See this one all surrounded. All these other ones are not good options. This reminds me of Indiana Jones and the Holy Grail, where everyone chose those cups and all of them like destroyed them except one. This is important that you understand that when you become the King of Wands, you need to understand what your real motivations are, because you let everyone kind of whisper to you, or you feel like you're overwhelmed when you really know what you want. The whole point about being a king is knowing where to take that desire. Okay, when you are a King of Sword here, you're doing just fine as the Emperor, and you're like, well, how do I go from an Emperor and not knowing what my choices are? Because you let people distract you, and when they distract you, you allow that seed of doubt to take root, and then you end up like this. And then what do we have of the 6 of Pentacles? The King of Cups. Yeah. So, because you understand, we have the Queen of Cups, right? And then we have the King of Cups. You understand that you are an emotionally stable person. You also or a man unto himself, or a woman unto yourself. You're on this island by yourself, and you don't need anyone. You don't need anything. And you feel stable, and you feel like you are in abundance. And so what do? To me, I feel like this charity that you're feeling, this giving spirit that you get in the Six of Pentacles, this is you giving time. This is you lending an ear to people. And here's the problem. People probably start off like just, oh, it's good to see you again. It's great. But very quickly it turns into, hey, can you lend me money? Hey, can I borrow your car? Hey, can you give me a ride? Hey, can you want to go out to eat and will you pay? Hey, can I borrow your clothes? Hey, can you do this? But it's always them. When is it ever you? And I think you have this feeling that if you only take care of yourself, that you're selfish, and that's not true. And I think that's the message that's coming in today. Be able to say no. Be able to understand that if you didn't allow these karmics in your life, or if you had good boundaries with them, or limits, you could be actually quite successful and very healthy and very just happy. But they're blocking it because you allow them to block it. You give them access to your energy and they drain you. At the bottom of the original pink deck, we have the nine of cups. You're very happy by yourself. You don't even need these people, whoever they are, family, friends, coworkers. But in the blue, when you notice that we clarified it, we got the Five of Wands again. These people create, I don't know who they are. I don't know if this is a person, people, but man, they really create conflict for you. And I'm sorry. But at the same token, I have to tell you, you are not cutting them out of your life. You let them come back in. It's like kicking somebody out, taking up their key, and then giving them a key like a week later. What was the point of kicking them out? So, collective, I try not to talk at you, but I'm just letting you know. This is a lesson that you need to know. This is what you need to put your attention on. Say no, moving on, and cutting people out of your life that do not serve you. All right, please like, subscribe, and share if this spoke to you. Please keep what resonated and throw away the rest, and I'm very grateful. And let me say a quick prayer before we go. Mother of God, I ask that you please keep the collective of goodwill who came to my channel in your holy mantle and protect them from those who give them evil, who wish them evil eye or ill will in their life. In the most holy name of Jesus, I pray. Amen.